Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we're talking all about some tacky fall decor and some things we can do instead to elevate the space to make the holidays what they should be, which is le chic. We've got some things to talk about, so let's get into the video. Something that I cannot stand for any season of the year, let alone fall, are the blow-ups that people put in front of their houses. You know, the big ones, they're these giant things, they have a light inside. It's always for, you know, Halloween, or it's for Christmas, and it's always some character or something. As a matter of fact, one of my neighbors has one for Easter. What's that about? I don't know. I don't like them at all for a number of reasons. One, they're big. These are really large pieces, and they overwhelm everything else that's happening. When I go up to your house and you have one of these, I'm seeing that thing. I'm not seeing the house. I don't know where the front door is. I don't know what else is happening. I'm seeing that thing in the front yard. I don't like that. And let me tell you what, they have a fan that blows air into them. That's how they stay full, right? Well, when they're not turned on, it's just like a big pile of fabric in your yard. Honestly, it looks like a tarp. It looks like you're about to wrap up a body in them. So I guess that's great for Halloween decor, but for fall we can move past it, and we definitely don't need to see them. And the last reason I really just don't like these is that they have a fan that blows in them that's like on all of the time. It's noisy, it's irritating. I don't like that. I don't need my neighbor messing up my aesthetic and my vibe and my mood. So I will call the HOA and report you because I don't like it. And that's all that needs to be said. What to do instead? I think you're better off investing in smaller things, elements, items to decorate the front of your home for the holidays. Something like fall, you're not putting lights on the house and all of this and that. It's nice to have maybe some pumpkins, maybe some florals. Mums are always really great for the fall time. And you can bring in bales of hay, do a little harvest moment, and layer some other things in to change that along as, you know, you go from fall to Halloween to kind of an autumn harvest moment. Love that for everyone. I think that's a better investment on your money, because something like pumpkins, they are going to go bad, but they're really inexpensive. So instead of spending a few $100s on this blow up, you maybe spend $20, $30, $50 on pumpkins that they then start to go bad. You can take them into a wilderness area, you can compost them, and then you're actually doing something good and animals can eat them. You can replant your yard, whatever. That's something better than having like some weird plastic thing that's probably gonna go bad. It's gonna break, there's too many moving parts, and people love to mess with them because they're hideous, and I can't blame them like that, although I don't think vandalism is the answer. But I just wouldn't spend the money on them. I think it's a little bit much, and if you have them, use them until they go bad, and then we can elevate, we can upgrade, and I love that for us. While we're talking about not elevated, something I cannot stand, I think is so tacky, and I just hate, you all know it, we've talked about it, is glitter. Glitter is not elevated, ever. I don't like it. It's very craft-like and childish, but the primary reason I don't like glitter is that this is not environmentally friendly. It's literally one of the worst things you can do because it's basically already a microplastic going into the environment. It's not good for anything, and we all know glitter gets everywhere. You're never getting rid of it. You will be lifting up rugs, you'll be redoing carpets or whatever, you'll be vacuuming, and that thing will be full of glitter for years to come. Glitter is never a good idea. One of the things I love to do for my fall decor is I like these kind of garlands made out of autumn colored leaves, and maybe they're real, maybe they're faux, whatever, but when you go to the craft store and you get these, there's always the version that's covered in glitter. And it's like, we know that did not come from nature. Glitter doesn't grow on trees. It's not coming out of the ground. Why is it here? What's it about? I don't like glitter ever on anything. I don't think it's glamorous. I don't think it's polished. And something else is people like signs, which we'll talk about later, but they usually have glitter on them or something. It doesn't look elevated, especially for fall when things should be a little more rustic, a little bit more cozy and comfortable. Glitter's not giving us that. I think there are so many better alternatives to glitter, but the number one thing is, don't have glitter. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the absolute mess. And those of you that have kids that do lots of crafts with them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Glitter gets everywhere and it does not come out. You know what is really weird, and I see on social media a lot that we need to talk about, maybe it's not tacky, but it's weird, is fall furniture, fall paint colors. I see this all the time. When fall comes around, people start redecorating, refurnishing, repainting, and they're like, oh, it's fall, we're gonna go for a fall color. Why are you painting your house for a season? It's gonna be here for like 3 months and then it's over. As a matter of fact, you're watching this in September, I'm filming it in August. It's 106 degrees out. I can't even think about painting my house for fall. Are you kidding me? And I'm seeing this happen right now. Over investing in very expensive features, things like painting your house, that's not really a great thing to do for fall. You kind of want things you can either tuck away, you can get rid of, that way you're not storing this. I mean, if you get all new furniture for fall, I think that's fabulous that you are capable of doing that, but do you have a storage unit or is your garage full of furniture? Maybe you have a shed out back. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with it in the winter because that orange chair might look good in fall, but what about Christmas? Maybe orange is your vibe for Christmas. I love that for you, and I think that's wonderful, but be sure you are considering what is happening all year round and what your aesthetic is and work within that. You do not have to redecorate your house for every season. That's literally crazy, the definition of consumerism, and you don't need to be involved in that. And I think you can do some really great seasonal things in your home, but that doesn't have to be redecorating everything and having furniture for every period. If you really like that look, maybe you can get a slip cover or even just a big blanket that's gonna cover most of whatever that furniture piece is and get you that different look. That's a good idea too. And in terms of painting, I would not paint your house for a specific season. I would more just dim the lights a little bit. Maybe you can get some colored LED lights and have that little moment you're after. That could be fun, but don't paint your house just for the fall season. That's weird. It's way too big of an investment into a specific time period that like 3 months, it's it, that's 3 months. And then we're moving on from that. Do you wanna have a fall feeling space in the spring? Maybe, maybe not. I think if your style is very in line with that fall aesthetic and the color schemes, you like it to be warm all year round, go for that and invest in it, decorate your house in it, and live your fantasy in fall, honey, because I love that for you. I will like every photo you post, but don't just decorate your space for fall. Makes no sense. You all know I'm always trying to be reasonable and give you good advice that makes sense, especially for decorating. You don't want to just be wasting your time decorating your house and changing out all of the furniture all the time. And that's what you get here on this channel. Those of you that are subscribed know that, but those of you that are not, now you do, so you should take a moment, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I upload. Join the LeChic family, and after you have done so, please share with me that you've subscribed in the comments section so I can personally welcome you to the channel. The next thing we have to talk about for fall that it needs to be addressed are fall color schemes. I love a color scheme for fall. I eat that up. I love to bring in warm tones into my house. I love the oranges and I love an off-white moment. You know, I eat that up. But you do not have to stick purely to the main fall color scheme you're after. You don't have to bring in all of those colors if you don't want to. I recommend staying true to your style, what color schemes you naturally gravitate to, what you really like, because that's going to have the most longevity. I see people trying to redecorate and bring in all of this stuff for fall to get more and more and more and more and more of that color into their space, but it might not work for you. If you're really into black and white, you don't need to bring in orange or burgundy or greens into the space for fall. You can bring in more of the colors you already like in a cozy way. I think that's what fall is about, is being cozy, and that's the vibe you should be after. I've actually talked about this before, that when you are decorating your space, you want to focus on comfort and usability, not so much cozy. But for the fall, bringing some of that cozy into the space is a really good idea to get you that fall feeling, that autumnal vibe that we all love. So you can layer in things, elements, items, textures, blankets, pillows that have a very cozy knit type of material to them. That's gonna get you that fall vibe without you having to change the entire color scheme of your house or bring in colors that don't naturally mesh with what you already have going on. We all love an umber and an ochre. We love an oxblood and a maroon. I think those are amazing colors for the fall time, but if that's not the color scheme in your house, you don't have to do that. You can do whatever it is that fits your style, because you'll have pieces that you can use throughout the year, or you can layer in some other colors for, maybe it's fall and so you want it to be warm, then for Halloween you want it to be a little bit more spooky and spooky, and then those pieces will still work for the winter time, Christmas, New Year's, all of that. That's a really great way to look at decorating your house seasonally, is bring in things that already mesh and blend with what you have going on, and then you only have to layer a few pieces in to get that really vibey atmosphere and mood that you are after. Something I do that I really love is with my antique silver. I love it, I have a ton of it, and I polish it for the summer, but in the fall and winter time, I let it patina and tarnish so it gets that really warm color scheme I'm after. It naturally happens in my space, and it kind of happens everywhere because I have all of my stuff out on display, so I see it. That's a great way for me to get a little bit more of that fall vibe without me having to bring anything in or really do anything. As a matter of fact, I get the fall vibe from doing nothing, and I love that for me. Something that happens all year round that none of us can stand, but I will address time and time again until I stop seeing it, are the signs. Specifically, we're talking about fall signs because we're talking about fall decor that's tacky, and these are the epitome of that. I don't need a sign that says fall. I know what time of year it is. Okay, it's 62 degrees out and I'm wearing a sweater. I get the message. I know where we are. I know what time of year it is. You telling me it's fall via a sign is not really giving us what we need. And the same thing goes for those gather signs. You all know what I'm talking about. It's always like, oh, it's fall, everybody's coming over. We put a gather sign out. The only place we're gathering is outside by our cars so we can go home. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be in a space around it. We need to elevate. And that does not mean we need a sign that says to gather or a sign that says fall. I don't need to see a sign that says autumn. I know what time of year it is, okay? I know what month it is. My birthday's in November, so I've been gearing up for this, honey, okay? That's the truth. Scorpio season is on the way. Shout out to the Scorpios down below. You all know who you are and you know who I am, and I love that for us. It's one thing if you're celebrating something. Like if it's my birthday and people are coming over, I expect them to bring something that says happy birthday. I expect a decoration, a piece of decor, but I don't need it for Thanksgiving. I don't need it for fall. I don't need it for harvest, okay? Maybe for Halloween, a sign is a little bit kitschy and cute. You know, you wanna hang a little boo sign on your door. I vibe with that. I think it's fun, but I don't think we need it for fall. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about Halloween, we need to go get Albert and bring him here because we're trying to decide what he's gonna be for Halloween, and we need your help. Oh, there he is, the little baby boy. Last year, Albert was a unicorn for Halloween because he's a magical little beast. What do you think he should be this year? We were thinking a little vampire with a little cape, but sound off in the comments section. What should the little Prince Albert be for Halloween? Brush this dog hair off to talk about the next thing we have to address, and that is unstyled fall florals. Everyone loves a branch for fall. I love a branch, you love a branch. Branches are great for fall, but if I have to see another person take a branch and put it into a vase and it's a fake branch that has no bend, no character, nothing to it, it's fresh at the craft store, I'm gonna lose my mind. You have to style these branches. You have to style them up, bend them, make them look natural. It cannot be a stick with leaves. That doesn't look real to us. We need a little bit of character. Or you could go out and get a real branch and then, I mean, it would die and the leaves would dry out, but that's like ooky spooky. It would be good for a fall to transition into Halloween. Love that for us. But you gotta do something with the florals. If you like a faux floral, get them. That's great, especially for fall because you can reuse them, but make sure you put a bend in it. Put some styling into it because we don't believe just a straight little stick with a leaf on it. It doesn't look real to us. That's not how they grow out of trees. Put some bends in it, put some character, style it, stage it up. That's phenomenal. If you don't like those faux florals, that's okay too. If you want to bring in real plants, I say do it, or look at some dried florals. That's great for fall also. And when you are buying something like flowers and plants or produce like pumpkins and gourds for the fall season, you're supporting someone. Someone had to grow that. They had to grow it out of the ground and water it and plant the seed and all of that stuff that happens with plants. Photosynthesis, darling. You're supporting a business. You're supporting a worker. You're supporting someone. And that's a really great thing. And on top of it, you don't have to have a ton of storage space to put that stuff away for the rest of the year. When you have something like dried florals, after you have used them, toss them in the garbage. Something else that you can do that's faux that actually looks pretty good, it can be really fun, is the faux carvable pumpkins. You don't even have to carve them. You could draw a face on them and that's fun. But if you have kids and every year each kid gets one and decorates it, that's something that builds a memory. And it's a great way for you not to have to go out and buy new pumpkins all the time. Write the year on them, let the kids decorate, put the kids to work and get them crafting, get them making the fall decor. I love that for us. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to share with me in the comment section down below because I want to hear from you. and share with me what is one piece of fall home decor that you think everyone needs and one piece that is tacky, it's corny, it's kitschy, nobody should have it, you wanna see it gone because we just can't do it anymore. It's time to elevate and upgrade. Be sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you have not already. Now, I know that you know someone that they are kitschy, corny, and tacky, and honey, we all know someone that is. They could use a little bit of help. Share this video with them because friends help friends, and I will see you in the next one.